Hey friends, today we're going to continue practicing whole numbers as fractions. So remember yesterday, a whole number can be written as an equivalent fraction. When the numerator and denominator are the same, keyword same, they name the whole number 1. So we have one whole right here. And then if we put a line down the middle and put it into two equal parts, we still have one whole, but now we can just call it 2 halves. And then if we actually put two lines where we divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, we can call it 4 fourths. So when the numerator and the denominator are the same, it equals 1 whole. Let's take a look down below. Remember that whole numbers other than 1 can also be written as fractions. For example, we have how many shapes here? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we can say we have 4 wholes. But we can also write it as a fraction where we put 4 wholes and they're divided into one part. There's not 2 parts. Up here, there's 2 parts. Down here, there's just that one part, right? So we can say that there are 4 wholes over one part, okay? So when the numerator is a whole number greater than 1 and the denominator is 1, the fraction names a whole number greater than 1. Let's try this one real quick. 3 wholes, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 shapes there, 3 whole shapes, 3 whole squares. And we can make it as a fraction where we can say 3 equals 3 wholes over 1, and they're only one part because they're not divided into 2 or 4 parts like up here. Okay, let's keep going. Let's practice it now with number lines. So we're going to use the number line to find fractions and whole numbers that are equivalent. So we're going to find out not that just A equals 1 and that B equals 2 and that C equals 3. But we're going to notice that this line is not just 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Okay, because if the number line was broken off like that, where it went from 0 to 1 as A, 2 as B, and 3 as C, we could say that A is worth 1, B is worth 2, 3 is worth C. But over here, look, this one's actually divided off into equal parts. And so whenever we're dividing it off into equal parts, that's going to be our denominator. So how many equal parts are there from 0 to 1? We're looking for how many equal parts are there in one whole. So let's do our jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we know that A lands on 4, and there are 4 total parts from 0 to 1. Let's continue with B. Continue counting on. So we're still counting and making sure that it's fourths, but we're just counting on. So we have 5 fourths, 6 fourths, 7 fourths, 8 fourths. So the value of B is 8 fourths. Okay, and then we can continue counting on, like for letter C. So then we can go to 9 fourths, 10 fourths, 11 fourths, and 12 fourths, where C equals 12 fourths. Okay, so C not only just equals 3, but it equals 12 fourths, especially when that number line, like these ones, are divided into 4 equal parts. This number line is not divided into any equal parts. So we can say up here that A does equal 1, B equals 2, and C equals 3. But since this one has those equal parts, we have to use that equal part and that denominator of 4 to help us, okay? We also talked a little bit about when we have whole numbers, we can actually divide the numerator by the denominator, and we can get that answer. So 1 does equal 4. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 8 divided by 4 does equal 2. And 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So that fraction, that line that shows us that it's a fraction, can also sort of be like a division sign, where we take that numerator divided by that denominator to get us how many whole parts, okay? Because remember, fractions are just the shapes that are divided equally. Let's practice one more time with these chocolate bars. So if we had one whole shape right here, so we have one whole chocolate bar, okay? We can also say that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of 12 parts. So that Hershey bar equals 1 whole. Over here, we have 2 whole bars, okay? And each bar is only 1 part. So we can say that 2 over 1 equals 2. Same thing over here for my Kit Kat bar. I have 1 whole bar, but it's divided off into 4 equal parts. So I can also say that this Kit Kat would represent 1, which equals 4 fourths. And just like the Twix bar, we have 2 whole parts, Okay, 2 whole pieces of candy, just like the Twixes are 2 separate pieces of candy. And so we can make our fraction where we have 2 wholes and they're each 1 part. All right, friends, continue practicing this tonight for homework, and we'll continue practicing some more in class. Thanks for working so hard. Bye.